Good morning, world! How are you doing? I'm fine, thanks for asking as always. Today is a different day, and as you see, I'm starting my daily vlog from my car. So instead of starting from home, I'm starting from the car, waiting here in a traffic light. So yes, today is different, and why I say it's different, because it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday, and as every Wednesday I go to visit my parents, and now I just came back from visiting them. So what to do now? Now it's time to go home and work. Yeah, work, because I haven't worked at all during this morning, and now it's time to work, and I have to now just circulate and stop recording because that's dangerous. And as I was saying, what is the plan for today? Well, for today, not much work, because I haven't done anything. So I wanted to explain something. I will see if I can explain it to the camera, otherwise I will do that tomorrow. What I want to explain, let me see if I can park my car while explaining this. What I want to explain is what the amount of money that you can make teaching on platforms like Udemy, because I've seen a lot of people which say that you can make a living or you can get rich by teaching on a platform, e-learning platform like Udemy. And well, let me tell you that that's not true. It's true that a lot of people make a lot of money from those platforms, but that doesn't mean that by you creating a course on how to make shit on your home, you're gonna be rich. Honestly, that doesn't work like that. I mean, I've been in Udemy for, and sorry that I'm driving and talking, I've been on Udemy for years, like, I don't know, since they started, and I have a lot of courses there. I have more than 10,000 students there which have seen my courses, and I'm not rich. So I think that summarizes more or less the experience, and I wanted to go get a piece of paper and do a little bit of numbers of the situation of the students in Udemy, at least. Well, and obviously, as I'm in Spain, I want to explain what happens here in Spain, but that also applies to other countries. So let me see if I can now go home. I just parked, I can go home, work a little bit, and then explain that. I'm done. So now I have some time to explain what I wanted to explain before, the Udemy stuff and how it happens. Can you live with Udemy? You cannot live, or what? You know what I mean? So I made some rough numbers, and let me quickly show you what I did and what was the conclusion. Does this work? Yeah, it works. Okay, so let's start. And I'm gonna start by guessing that you have a course on Udemy. I'm gonna use Udemy, but this pretty much applies to any other platform. So let's say you have a course on Udemy, which is pretty successful, I would say. Not like the top seller, but not like someone who is just starting. So you have a course which is working pretty well. And as you may know, since Udemy added the new pricing model, you cannot have a course like it was before, where you could have a course which costs like $100 or $200, something like that. Now with the new pricing model, I think the maximum is $40 or $50 maybe. I think it's $40. So let's say you add a course that is priced at $30. That is more or less the average of courses in most of the categories. There is some courses are more, some courses are less. On the other hand, let's say that, as I said, you are successful with your course, not like you're not starting, but you're not one of the top sellers. So you have success with your course, and you sell, for example, let's say 300 units. So you sell to 300 people, which is a lot, but it's not like a top seller or not like someone who, well, it's quite a lot, let's say. So that would make a total of 9,000. Okay, yeah, 9,000. Which you could say it's a lot, right? You would say, oh, you see, $30 per 300 students, this guy is rich. Okay, but wait a second, because that's not what it is. First of all, Udemy is going to take half of it. So it's not gonna be $30, it's gonna be 15. So it's gonna be 15. But wait a second, because that's not also what is gonna happen, because most of the time your course is not going to be sold for $30. Most of the time there's gonna be coupon discounts, affiliate sales, promotions run by Udemy, etc. So most of the time you're not gonna be winning the $30. Most of the time the course is gonna be sold for less. So at the end you're gonna be grabbing the 50% of the total amount of the course, or even less. If an affiliate makes the sale, you can end up winning like 2-3%. I don't remember exactly the number, but almost nothing from the sale, or I think it's 15% or something like that. So let's say on an average, instead of getting $15 per sale, you're gonna get $10 per sale on an average, because on some sales, if you do the sales, you're gonna get 100%. On some sales you're gonna get less, like 50%, 15, 20, etc. And the price is gonna be different, depends if there is a promotion or not. So let's say an average of $10 per 300 students, which I said is a pretty big number for a starting instructor. You're gonna be getting $3,000, which is a cool number. If you're getting $3,000, probably you're in a good position, let's say not in a starting position, and here you're gonna be working from home, working with your own schedule, etc. So the benefits of working for yourself. Okay, this is right, and this is perfect for US, and probably in US you have your own taxes and you know how it works. But unfortunately, I'm not in the US, I'm in Spain. So what I'm gonna explain right now applies for Europe and then later for Spain. The first part is for Europe, because as you know, in Europe we don't use dollars, we use euros. So PayPal pays you via PayPal. Sorry, Udemy pays you via PayPal. So I'm gonna draw PayPal here. And right now, as the date of today, the US dollar is, so let's say $1 is equal to 0.90 euros. That's the conversion at the day of today. But what happens? PayPal is not gonna pay you this rate, so they're gonna use their own rate, and here you're gonna lose a lot of money. So right now PayPal is paying for $1, and sorry for my drawings and my numbers, because I'm not that kind of people who draws and writes very well, but I hope you understand. For $1, PayPal is paying you right now 0.84 euros. So they are getting their piece, their slice of their cake, the piece of their cake. So instead of getting, so for $3,000 would be 2,700 euros, you get for $3,000 you get 240 2,520 euros. So you get 2,520 euros for the initial $3,000. Okay, that's for Europe. You get your money in your account, and then your country taxes you however your country works. I'm not an expert there, so I cannot know. I can tell you how it works in Spain. So in Spain, first of all, if what you are teaching is not something which is taught in the schools or in the university, for example, if you're teaching mathematics, that's perfect. If you're teaching languages, that's perfect. But if you're teaching, I don't know, how to be successful or how to put, I don't know, water into a bottle, whatever, which is not taught in the schools or in the university, then you need to pay taxes. So the first tax the first tax that you have to apply is the 21%. So we're gonna get the 2,520 euros per minus 21%. It's gonna equal us to 1,990 euros. So first of all, you're gonna pay the 21% of this amount, and you're gonna end up with 1,990 euros. Okay, that's perfect. And you will not pay this amount, as I said, if it's some formation, some type of course that it's taught also in the university or in the school. But the taxes don't end up here. Then after this tax, you need to apply the other tax for selling, for being a self-employed. That can vary. It can go from, I think the lowest is 15% can be, and the highest can be, I think, up to 40%. But it depends. For most of the people is around 20-25%. So let's go down and let's say 20%. So again, I'm not an expert. I'm just saying what I've learned in these years of working in Udemy. So maybe I say something it's wrong. So from this 1990 euros, we have to subtract 20%, which is an amount of 1,592 euros that we end up. But wait, because there's more. Because as you know, if you're in Spain and you are self-workers or self-employed, you have to pay every month what they call the self-employed tax, which again ranges from, depends if you had some help from the government or not, but it's usually around 250 to 300 euros. So let's say it's 300. So from here we have to subtract. So it's minus 300, and this ends up being 1,292 euros. We went from 9,000, and I'm gonna write it over here. So what people think at the beginning is, wow, this guy is selling the course. Here I wrote 30. This guy is selling the course for $30, and he got 3,300 students. This guy must be rich. He's getting $9,000 a month. But wait a second, that's nothing out of the reality. So we go from 9,000 to 1,292 euros. You see that you lose more than half of what users expect you to be earning and what you really earn. And I said this is for me in Spain. I don't know in other countries how this works, but this is for me more or less in Spain how it works. Again, those are not my numbers. Those are just fake numbers that I run. I have a lot of different courses with different prices. Some months I get a lot of students, some other months I get less students. So I'm not saying those are my numbers, but I got an average of sales price per students per month from an instructor which gets a lot of students, and I did the numbers that hopefully, even though my numbers and drawing skills are not the best ones, hopefully you will end up seeing if it's worth for you leaving your job to dedicate full time to Udemy or some other platform, or keep working where you are, or think for a different option. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video. Hit the thumbs up button,